published 0607 EDT, 23 September 2017 updated 0609 EDT, 23 September 2017 Steve Sidwell has opened up about some of Felix Magaths' bizarre coaching techniques during his stint at Fulham, reminiscing about the German once ordering his players to stand still for 40 minutes on the pitch after they played poorly. The 34-year-old, now with Brighton Hove Albion, played under Magath for Fulham when they were relegated from the top flight in the 2001-415 season. Speaking to 5 Live Sport, he revealed there was an away game where we played poorly and we got off the bus and he said, "Right, I want everyone in tomorrow at 8 o'clock and we are going to train. We was due a day off, but we are going to be in for training." Steve Sidwell opened up about Felix Magaths' bizarre methods during his spell at FulhamSo. "We got in and went outside. There were no balls coming out with us, so we were all thinking, right, okay, so has just gone right the formation yesterday, can you get in your positions?" So we got out on the pitch, the goalkeeper, back 4, midfield 4 and 2 strikers stood there, and he said, "Right, you didn't want to run around yesterday, we are not going to run around today," and he just blew the whistle and said everyone just stand still, and we just had to stand still. It was a cold day, too, and there were a couple of lads with gloves on, they were off straight away, there were leaves blowing across the pitch, you couldn't make eye contact with anyone, you had to just stand there, and we were there for about 40 minutes just standing there. And he would just walk around, then stop, and walk around to the other side of the pitch and stop. Sidwell reminisced about a time Magath made the Fulham players stand still for 40 minutes. Presenter Jermaine Jenas says the Brighton midfielder shares the bizarre story. Magath, who won 2 Bundesliga titles with Bayern Munich and another with Wolfsburg, was appointed Fulham manager in February 2014 but could do little to prevent their relegation from the Premier League 3 months later. He was allowed to stay on in the hope he could take the West London club straight back up again, but was swiftly dismissed after losing the first 4 games of the next season. His minimum tenure at Craven Cottage was renowned to be a bewildering and an unpleasant one. When pressed about more of Magath's unconventional methods, Sidwell added, "Every away game, you would get to the hotel, have a couple hours of downtime, and then it's dinner and back to the rooms for a massage, or whatever, it was your own time." On away trips he demanded we had dinner all together, then obviously it was just back to the rooms. But at 9 o'clock everyone had to be back downstairs at the bar for a pint. And we're not talking about a soft drink either. This was every away trip. It's obviously a tradition in Germany. He didn't force people to have alcohol. If you wanted a pint, you could have a pint. If you wanted a glass of wine, you could have that, or whatever, but he just wanted everyone basically together all the time. Sidwell played under Magath at Fulham during the 2001-415 Premier League campaign. Sidwell isn't the first player to speak out against Magath. Breed Haingeland, who was Fulham's captain during his regime, has been a frequent critic of the German ever since he left the club in the summer of 2014 and is involved in possibly the weirdest story that emerged from his time there. Haingeland suffered a dead leg one game, but instead of listening to the advice of their physio, Magath ordered him to mix cream cheese with alcohol to soothe the pain and told him to call his mother in the evening. He claimed the combination would help him recover from the injury. It's a wonder Magath's stint as manager didn't last longer than 9 months.